Hey guys, Warsaw here. Let's talk about Blood Death Knight in the first beginning phases of beta. Yeah, of course it just came out. We're all playing the 4 dungeons that are available. Let's do a quick overview of the talents, and this is supposed to be just a quick video to let you guys know what's going on. So with the talents, Blood Mist and Sanguine Burst are not good. I thought they would be good. The 5% parry is meh. The 10% runic power sucks. And even with Sanguine Burst, again, over the course of a full-on 12, it does no healing. The damage it does is ass, so that's why the healing is... I'm trying to do 2 to 3 death strikes when Blood Mist is active. So this does not feel good. And then on top of that, you usually open with Dancing Rune Weapon, and then you're trying to scramble to generate runic power to heal, and then you're already at full HP, and the damage goes off. Sure, you get the damage, but you get no healing, and it's just ass. These are wasted talents. It needs to be hella buffed. Now, I did use the damage meters here. On the beta, they do work, and it did abysmal damage and healing over the course of the dungeon. Like overall, it was definitely not worth taking. It's ass. I thought they would be good. Lifeblood. Now, I originally thought Lifeblood would be good. But as I started to play the beta, it just makes sense, right? That it's ass, because when you're death striking, let's say you take a huge hit, then you death strike, your lifeblood is going to be great. But then you're going to death strike again, either offensively or defensively. And then it just overrides your current lifeblood. So then he said in his Warcraft Laws Metro that half overhealing and then the other half was actually healing. So on top of being really poor in HPS, it just, yeah. It's just overhealing, and that's providing no value for us. So they did create a new talent here called Bloody Reflection. While Blood Shield is active, taking direct damage reflects blah, blah, blah. Shadow damage back to the attacker. Blood Shield can now absorb up to 65% of your maximum health. Right now it's 50. Not good. The damage is bad, and the extra 10-15% for Blood Shield, meh. It's... no, taking these two is nah. That's unfortunate. I thought that this would be good, these two would be good, and then it would decide here what would be the new talent. It's not that great. So you could take those points and spend it elsewhere. I do take Rapid Decomposition, of course, because I like it. It's pretty good. Of course, we're staying with Deadly Reach. We're death striking a lot. They did nerf it. It was first at 3, then it was at 2, and now it's 2 at 75% effectiveness. Still really good, getting out all that damage. I put my last 2 points into Bloodied Blade for extra strength, DPS, and they did change Bloodshot. While Blood Shield is active, you deal 8% increased damage, which is pretty nice. I like that. It's overall damage. They did nerf us. We were kings for a day or two. At least Saline was. I was playing Deathbringer, but I did experience it. This is the only change they did. Added this. Consumption really does suck. Don't take it. It doesn't hit for anything. It's a waste of your 1.6 seconds to empower. Yeah, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. Not even with the Carnage. Real quick though, with the item sets, real quick, your Blood Boil deals 15% increased damage and generates 3 runic power. I wish it was 3 runic power per enemy hit, up to 5 enemies or something, but we'll take what we can get. And Death Strike deals 8% increased damage, has a 20% chance of granting a Bone Shield charge. I wish it was highlighting when you gain a free Blood Boil charge, but it does not, so that kind of sucks. But you just something you have to track. That's why in overall, this tree, the Death Knight tier didn't change at all. I feel like okay, here's the thing. You could play Saline or you could play Deathbringer, whichever you like. It does not matter, right? But I do personally think Saline feels a lot better because of the GCD cooldown, from all the blood boils to getting the hemostasis to generating runic power, the speed to gain runes back, to spend them. It just feels better. And of course, the Dance of Midnight Apex talent really does benefit Saline a lot, because if your dancing rune weapon is down, you could easily have gone into packs with no Essence of the Blood Queen, which does suck, and it's kind of poor planning-ish on my part, but I could just sit there, get free dancing rune weapons, and get the essence back almost not immediately, but without and still have my dancing rune weapon for the next pack, right? And that is just to me that Saline just feels overall better. Like I said, you could play Deathbringer, it doesn't matter. Frigid Resolve is actually pretty decent. It did show up on the meter. It was like 3rd or 4th in like consumption or something like that, because your auto attack, because one of our main damage is actually auto attacking. The auto attacking damage is quite good. Well, not quite good, but it's good for auto attacking, and you do get some benefit from this and permafrost, but not enough to be like holy shit, but enough to be like, oh, okay, respect, some respect there. Yeah, other than that, so I have been tanking 12s. I've timed all of them except Seed of the Triumphant on 12. Saline feels good, and Death Knight feels good in general. I will be posting some of my live stream of me completing these keys. I feel pretty tanky. I feel good. Sometimes it doesn't feel good. Sometimes some things I feel like even with Deathbringer 2 as well, that you really need Vampiric Blood up. I just clicked on it by accident, I'm sorry. Sometimes you need Vampiric Blood up to really heal yourself. The fact that I can't have a Death Strike calculator or predictor really sucks. I really wish that was somewhere baked in here, but we don't have that to see when is the proper time to heal or wait or do whatever, because sometimes you're taking a shit ton of damage, you're at right here, and then you heal and you just move here. You're like, what the fuck? And then so you pop Vampiric Blood to get yourself back up to 100. It does kind of, it's weird and it kind of sucks, but overall though, I think Death Knight feels great. It feels good. I like blood boiling. Sometimes it's kind of annoying, but overall I think it's good. I don't know about how it's like once everything's tuned, because Skyreach really does hurt. There's a couple things in there that really do hurt. Pit is easy mode. This is easy mode. Seat is overall okay. Yeah, I think it's okay. It's just some mechanics, but overall this is okay. But usually Skyreach is a little bit overtuned. Once things tuned, I wonder how Saline will feel in terms of tankiness, because Saline does benefit from the increased tankiness we got, you know, so we don't fall over and it's not that much of an extreme ping pong. So I wonder how Saline will feel with that. So one thing I did notice here that is cause for concern that I would like to bring everyone's attention to is that Dancing Rune Weapon can override itself and fuck you over. So we're going to test it. How would I test this? Because so this is what happens. Let's say you're doing your rotation, right? And you spawn a Dancing Rune Weapon, right? Let's say you did that. Maybe you weren't paying attention, and then you use your hard Dancing Rune Weapon cooldown. It will not extend the time. So usually when you spawn in a rune from the Apex Talents, right? The Apex Talents, it'll be 5 seconds. If you spawn this bitch in, like the hard cooldown, it will stay at 5 seconds or 4 seconds, and you'll lose out on the extra duration. Now let's see if I can mimic this without clouding my screen. Okay, hold on. See, look, I just used my hard... See, look. Hopefully you could replay that again, but I did not get the full value of my Dancing Rune Weapon, unless it's the buff is not here. I saw my guy right there. I'm not entirely sure, but that is kind of ass. All right, let's try it again here. So we're going to... See, look, I just spawned it. There is no buff here. So it looks like one still stays. And then that's it. Okay, that's kind of weird because I'm supposed to spawn 2. Am I only allowed, like, that's, I don't understand. Maybe someone in the comments could let me know. But that seems, to me, that seems like a big bug or a big overlap. And I feel like that really does feel bad. And that's going to be it for this quick video, guys. It's just a quick refresher. If you want to see more Bdk, I should be posting for my live stream the 3 dungeons or 4 dungeons that I did to show you guys what's up and how it's going to be playing. You can always check out my live streams on my channel and click through the midnight beta ones to see basically, you know, the dungeons if you want. You know, I will separate them. But anyways, guys, I want to thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.